Welcome everybody, Christmas Markets of Europe 2025 tour info session. Jumped on a little early, give people some time to get in. We are live on Facebook as well as on Zoom. So if you're joining the Zoom meeting, great. If you are joining via Facebook Live, that's awesome too. See, Loretta is on. That's great. So excited about the trip. It will be amazing. I've had the pleasure of taking it twice myself, so I can speak from experience about how the trip is. There we go. Now you can read Excite the right way. That's great. It's up on Facebook. Hey, Joni, good to see you. Hi, Michael. Just waiting another minute to get started here. If you are on Facebook Live, there is a link in the bio that you can click on the Christmas Markets of Europe Zoom if you'd like to view it there. On Zoom, I can share my screen. On Facebook Live on my phone, it's hard to do that. So the future ones of these will be on our new software that we'll do for Tour Tuesday tonight. So, hey, Susan Kid, good to see you. Hi, Steve. You have Tanya on as well, and Laura. Good to see you, Laura. Julie, good to see you. Thanks for watching. Christmas Markets of Europe 2025 tour info session. Hey, Karen. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. Well, see that you're on. Yeah, so we'll do this, and then we'll have our Tour Tuesday after this at 7:30. Topics. Hey, Cindy Fry. Hey, Ron. Good to see you. Glad you joined. Thank you for joining. Okay, it is 6 o'clock on the dot, so let's get started. These will be recorded, so if you want to go back and watch it later, you're more than welcome to. Please share it with your friends, anybody that's interested. This is the Christmas Markets of Europe 2025 tour information session. This is an opportunity for us to just talk in depth about one tour. Typically, we talk about a larger tour like this, or overseas tours, or Alaska, or something like that. Just to be able to spend a little bit more time focusing on this one trip. And so we're going to do that. We're going to walk through it. We're going to walk through how to get signed up, walk through what airfare is like, what the schedule looks like, and that way you can make an informed decision about attending with us. What's amazing, so many amazing things about the tour, but one that's amazing is we already have 15 people signed up for it. So it's a guaranteed departure. We only take about 25 people, so there's still some room if you want your friends to come with you. Otherwise, it's going to fill up really quick, and I'm excited about it. Have a great group. So, Christmas Markets of Europe. This is of Western Europe. It is November 29th through December 9th. So, it leaves the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and so we built that on purpose. It's during the Christmas market season. It's after Thanksgiving. Before Thanksgiving, it can sort of hit and miss on what Christmas markets are available. But this is perfect timing. So, you'll leave that Saturday for Thanksgiving. Your guides are going to be Bill and Chris Larson. They guided the tour not last year, but the year before. And they've been to Europe many, many times. So they have a lot of experience in visiting the Christmas markets and Europe in general. So and they're so fun. So that'll be great resources for you while you're on tour and with the Christmas markets. We wanted to do this. There's amazing river cruises out there, but the tours with the bus, we wanted to be able to focus a little bit more on the culture, like the food and wine type part of it as well. And so by being able to have our own motor coach the whole time, we really get to see some unique places that you wouldn't be able to get on a river cruise. And it's one of the things that sets this tour apart. And you'll know all about that as we go in here. Hey, Bert. Hi, Charlene. Okay, so this is you're gonna visit 5 countries. You're gonna have 7 different culinary experiences. You'll visit 10 different Christmas markets, and obviously in an unforgettable tour. So your first day with us is obviously to fly out of the United States. So since we already have a good number of people on the tour, we've booked a group airfare if you are flying out of Omaha. If you are not flying out of Omaha, that's fine. We can book you from any city. I know we have people flying from Kansas City, and I think we have some from Denver. So there's lots of opportunities to fly out and meet the group. Quickly, since we're talking about flights, I will tell you that the schedule for our current the group airfare is as follows. I gotta go back to it here. It is going to be on United, and it is going to, like I said, depart on Saturday, November 29th. We are departing Omaha at 3:15 p.m. and on United, and then you're getting into Chicago at 4:52, and then you will fly from Chicago to Brussels, Belgium, at 5:55, and you get in at about 9 a.m. the next morning. It's technically 8:55, but 9 a.m. into Brussels. And then on the return, it's a 9:40 flight out of Zurich a.m. with an arrival into Chicago at 12:45 in the afternoon. And then you have a 3:50 p.m. departure getting you back into Omaha at 5:21. If you're flying out of a different city, we will book you something close to that. A lot of times what happens is you'll meet up in Chicago and fly on the same flight over there. So it's all very easy to do. I just need to let us know. We won't call you about flights until you actually put your deposit down. But if you want to call us and talk about what the prices are, you certainly can reach out before that. So, when you get to the airport in Omaha, if you're flying out of Omaha, you will meet Bill and Chris at the ticket counter. They will be able to help you get checked in. With flights nowadays, you don't need anything. All you need is your passport in this case. There's no tickets to print beforehand or any of that. So you will get your confirmation before you come to the airport. But you just need your passport. We can print all the things for you once you get there, or you can use your phone. So either way, but they'll be there. We'll have our fresh chocolate chip cookies, and we'll be able to hand them out for you and then deal with the luggage, and then head up to the gate and start your flights. They are overnight flights. We can also upgrade your flights. I already have a guest on here that has upgraded her flights. So if you want something different than our economy class, then you certainly can. We can upgrade you. Our economy class on United does include one checked bag in the price. I probably want to know how much it costs. So the group airfare is $1,300 per person round trip from Omaha. Okay. All right. So once you fly over, you'll have a morning arrival into Brussels, and once we get there, we'll have a private motor coach pick us up. If you are meeting the group there, we'll have already made those arrangements with you. So you'll either be with the group already, or you will meet the group, or we can arrange for a car to come get you and bring you to the group. All of that will be prearranged. You'll already know all of that well in advance. We'll have to talk to you about it, so you know exactly what's going on. Bill and Chris will also know those plans as well, so they'll be able to text you, reach out to you, and know what's going on. You're going to start with your first Christmas market is that day. So we will get you. We will probably drop luggage off at the hotel. We get in a little early, so it's kind of hard to check in that early, but we will at least get the process started. And then we'll head out to your first Christmas market in Brussels. And then you will then have the time to go back to the hotel to change and maybe take a quick break. And then we're going to have an amazing welcome dinner with the group. It's signature on all of our tours. We always have a welcome dinner, especially when it's a trip like this. Jet lag is a thing that we talk about on these overseas tours, and the only way to get over it is to stay up and get on their time right away. So that would be like go to the welcome dinner and don't go to bed. And then after the welcome dinner, go back to the hotel, rest, and then sleep normally. And then you get up the next day and you'll be right with everybody else. That'll be your first full day in Europe. Christmas markets, how can I explain them? You're going to have so many different ones out of 10. There's going to be big city ones like Brussels. There's going to be, villages, castle towns. There's going to be everything in between. So you're going to get to experience all kinds of different things. They are known for their food, the different decorations, tons of amazing huts full of every kind of Christmas thing you can imagine, from chocolates and like gifts to like ornaments and decorations, all of it. And it's so fun to shop there and figure out and buy something from every market. Some people get a Glühwein mug. We had a guest, Gay, that would collect those Glühwein mugs, and so she got one from every market we went to. But it's a really cool, unique experience. So every one of them is different. And we try to put them in to, you visit 10. And then we'll fill in between with other fun things to do. Speaking of, the next morning you're going to go to Linnemann's Brewery. This brewery brews beer a lot different than most breweries do, and their beer has a lot of unique flavors that are really delicious. There are a lot of like cider. I think I remember them being a little more cidery, but they're amazing. And you'll get to go not only have a tasting but an actual tour with the people that work there. They'll take you through the whole process of how it works, and then at the end, of course, you get to taste all of it and have an opportunity to purchase it. You can certainly drink it on the bus with you if you want to drink it as you're heading on to the next town, or you can save it for your hotel, or obviously you can ship it home. So it's a really amazing, unique experience that you won't forget. Let's see here. Then the next activity, you're going to be heading on back to Brussels, where you can either explore the city market or you can take an optional beer tour, which is amazing. I did that when I was there. I went with these two young guys. There were probably 8 or 10 of us that went out of the group, and they were all close together. And so we walked from one to the next, and they told us history of where we were and the buildings and what Christmas markets were and what the beer was like and why they had the different flavors and different styles, and it was awesome. So if you're up for that kind of thing, I would highly suggest checking out the brewery tour. Pub tour, more like it. Okay, day 4. Day 4, you can enjoy an amazing breakfast at your hotel. Their breakfasts are included at all the hotels. You can find all the hotels listed in the brochure. I can actually pull up the brochure for you here. Let me see if I can share my screen and see what we got here. Let's see, how do I go over here and this? Okay, here we go. Okay, let's share my screen. I'll show you this brochure. This brochure we can certainly mail to you, but you can also find it online. So I'm gonna share my screen. If you're on Facebook Live, sorry, you have to just hear it and you can visit the link and see the rest. Here is the Christmas markets of Europe, and then you can hit view downloadable brochure, or you can view tour details. If you do view tour details, you can go to this page here, which has the same thing. It's not as pretty, but you just have to hit this little read more. Otherwise, you can go back. Oh, sorry. Bring it down again. And view downloadable brochure, and here it is. And we are on page, here we are. Okay, so the next day, you're going to visit Val d'Eu. This was an amazing find from one of our guides named Derek, who coordinates tours with us. It is an abbey in the mountains, and you will go there and have a tour of the abbey. And what I remember about the tour of the abbey is it was cold, and it was warmer outside than it was inside. And it's because it is made of a stone. I mean, it was just wild how cool it kept everything inside. They will go through the history of what it was like to live there. It is an active monastery, not quite like it used to be, right? You can go for retreats and everything. I don't know if anybody lives there anymore. I didn't see any of that. And if we did, we didn't visit those areas. But it was absolutely spectacular. And then when they show you how they brewed beer, and the reason they did it was to purify drinking water, it makes so much more sense. And then it's delicious beer, actually. It's really great. So you'll get to do all of that. And And then that evening, you're going to you go to Cologne, your next European city. Here you'll have another opportunity to do a walking brewery tour. You can grab a bite to eat. There's lots of places right around your hotels. All the hotels are located within the city center, so you can walk to anything. Okay, this is now day 5. This picture over here is of this castle at Kokum. You're going to be able to trek through the gorgeous Mosel River Valley. It is the most romantic part of the Mosel River Valley. It curves between 2 hiking paradises, Eifel and Hunsrück. And you're going to find the town of Kokum. You'll visit Kokum on your way to an amazing winery in Mosel River Valley, which is known for their Riesling. And this is going to be the Dr. Larson winery. It is it's when you walk inside, it is crazy spectacular, and you're going to have an amazing lunch. So much food. It was unreal, and probably the most wine tastings I've ever experienced at a wine tasting. I don't remember 10. We probably had 10 different tastings, and you got to try all of the different Rieslings that they made. And then they brought out the fancy ones for our group. The most expensive ones, I guess some of them were fancy, I suppose. But it was amazing, and it was so fun. The group had such a great time. And then afterwards, you are obviously have an opportunity to purchase all of the wine if you would like to. You can ship it back. A lot of people ship that wine back. And it's, like I said, it's on the Mosel River. It's just a stunning setting. And so that'll kind of be your afternoon. Then for your late afternoon, you're going to visit the town of Bernkastel. I wish I had a picture of this to show you. Let me see. Nope, I don't. This is a medieval town. It's not a castle town, but it's a medieval town with really narrow, winding roads and amazing homes that are all decorated for Christmas. They have an amazing, I think it's actually one of the hotels, but it's like a house that has the days of Christmas, and what do they call that? It's not Lent. Is it Lent? They have a calendar for Christmas, the Christmas calendar, and an Advent calendar. Yeah, Advent calendar. And it's just spectacular. And so you have time to walk around and check out their Christmas market. It's on the river. It's very cool. Before you end your night in Trier, France. Day 6. You're going to cross one of the tiniest countries in the world off your list. You're going to visit Luxembourg. Luxembourg City is known for its Christmas market and its fortress on the hill. It was very cool. I remember the smell of all of the grilling of all the different meats that they had at this Christmas market. I think at one point it was a little cooler that day, so we found a coffee shop right on the border of the market and enjoyed some coffee and sort of watched the people walk by. It was a really spectacular place, and to be in that little country and cross it off the list was an amazing visit. You might even try some of their famous meat pie, Judemont Gooberdauden. I tried it. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I would order it again, but it wasn't bad. But there's a million things to eat, so you're not going to go hungry for sure. There's something for everybody. And then this evening you will head to Trier, and then you'll have time to explore the Trier Christmas market, because the other night you're getting a little late. And Trier is just this fantastic French city. It's very nice, and you'll get to explore what Trier has to offer. Overnight Trier. Okay, day 7. And we are on December 5th. You're going to head to Metz. Metz is situated on the confluence of the Mosel and the Seine rivers, which is a 3,000-year-old city. It's alive with vibrant culture, stunning architecture, and amazing food. Metz is the one. Let me see, it's on the cover of the brochure, I believe. It's awesome. I have never visited this one before. This was when we added as we redid the tour from the first time. But the group had a great time. You'll get to explore the city, and then this afternoon you will visit Strasbourg. Strasbourg, I did visit, and it was spectacular. It was known for its massive cathedral. The Christmas market is right in front of the cathedral, and there's just tons of lights. And a lot of places, especially like Strasbourg and Brussels, they have more than one. So you might find yourself in one Christmas market, and then if you're like wandering through the streets, you could find yourself in another one. I know Bruges did that. There's just like so many places to find a Christmas market. And then you will also be able to show you like different websites that have, if you like this kind of Christmas market, go here. If you like this one, go here, and just experience more than one in the same night if you wanted to, or on the same day. And then this evening, after you get done with the cathedral, you're going to head to Basel, and you'll spend the night in Basel. Day 8, December 6th. You're going to head to Montbéliard. This is a French town host to one of the most stunning Christmas markets in Europe. The success of this market is partly due to its spectacular illumination design of the old town's streets. The afternoon, you're going to have a chocolatier tour, so you're going to get to make your own chocolate, understand why chocolate is famous in Montbéliard. It was a really fun tour, and of course you get to take some back with you, and then purchase everything else that you like to buy. When you head back to Basel, you're going to grab a bite to eat at one of the amazing restaurants, and visit the Basel Christmas market, or maybe a local cocktail with friends. Lunch is included with the chocolate tour. So, all right, day 9. Let's see. Tonight you're off to Lucerne. Lucerne is an ancient town in in Switzerland, and it's the centerpiece of the fresco-adorned historic houses lining the streets. It's set on Lake Lucerne, and here not only we have time to spend in Lucerne to visit their famous bridge, but you'll have the ability to go to Mount Titlis, which is by cable car. So you will either take the bus up and then the cable car, or some version of that, but you'll be on a cable car at some point because it's really high up there. But it's absolutely stunning views. It has great restaurants up there, great food. I think great restaurant is one. Bill and Chris got some amazing pictures from there last year. It was snowing up there in the clouds, and the mountain was so high that they took pictures like in the snow in the clouds. It was really cool. And then tonight, after you're done on the mountain, you will go to Zurich, which will be your ending city. And on your last day, you're going to have a full day to spend exploring Zurich. It's a good mix of a well-preserved old town and a really modern city. You're going to do a walking tour, and then you'll be able to visit the Christmas market. And then we have a really, really fun evening dinner planned for you. Traditional, I would say Zurich, but Switzerland food. And it was just a really fun way to end the evening. And then people went out after that and just kind of did like farewell cocktails and drinks with everybody. So it was a great experience. And then the next day you will fly home. Like we said, flights are at 9:30, so probably leave for the airport at 7:30ish. It's not too far from the airport. The tour is 9 nights. The hotels are going to be, they're called Motel 1s. You know, motels in the United States have a different meaning than overseas in Europe, especially with these. These are really amazing hotels. They have great breakfast. They are well decorated. They are modern. Everybody has their own room. You know, it's just a great experience. So you can check all those out. You can go to all the websites. It tells you what nights you're going to be at each of the hotels. So you're at Motel 1 in Brussels, Motel 1 Cologne. You're in the Park Plaza Hotel in Trier, which is spectacular. Motel 1 in Basel, and then Motel 1 in Zurich. Okay, so cool. You're like, okay, I want to do well on this trip. How do I get signed up? So you can call our office. So we can take your reservation over the phone, or you can print this brochure from our website, or we can mail you one. The deposit is $1,000. It is due upon reservation. Reservations are made on a first come first served basis, and August 15th is the last, kind of the end of the signups for this tour. Your final payment, which we will bill out for you, will be due October 1st. At that point, we will also send you your tour information packet, which will have, again, more information about the tour, final details about your flights, more information about how to meet the guides at the airport, what hotels you're staying at, which you already have, but the phone numbers and addresses and all that good stuff. That's good information to give to your family if you're traveling overseas. And then your luggage tags. And then the week before the tour, we will call every guest and go over all the information one more time to make sure you feel confident about the first day, you know where you're going, answer any questions that you might have had, and so on and so forth. A lot of times too with these tours, and I know that we will in this case, we will have a pre-tour party. So if you would like to come, it's usually the month before. So sometime late October, early November, we will have a tour party for this, where you'll be able to join us for food and meet the other guests that are going to go with you on the tour. Meet Bill and Chris, and really just have a fun night and talk about the tour. Okay, and then flights, like I said, are in addition to the price. So $29.95 is the price of the tour for double occupancy. Your flight is $1,300 per person. If you like to go single, we would love it. That's great. It's $38.23 per person for single occupancy and your flight. That means you get your own room. There are a couple optional excursions that you can fill out. They are on the second page of the order form. One is that Brussels foodie tour, and the other one is the Cologne walking tour with the Kolsch guys. You check those out. You don't have to know that right when you sign up. We need to know it, by October. So we'll be in touch with you before then to ask about that. But those are very easy things to sign up for. Okay, so we've covered. I'm going to stop sharing now. We've covered all about the tours. Yes, so Chris just said they'll probably hold the get-together at their house sometime in October, and that's pretty usual for the group. They just had one because they are headed to the Mediterranean for a cruise and had a great night with the guests that are going on that cruise here in May. Okay, on Facebook Live and here on Zoom, what questions are out there about the trip? What did I forget? There are things that we can cover, like how much money to bring. This will be euros. So we suggest, if you absolutely have to take some cash over there, you can get it here from your bank, a big bank. Otherwise, everybody pretty much takes credit cards. The only thing we really didn't use it for was tipping, tipping your step-on guides, tipping your bus driver at the end in euros. Otherwise, we will take you to get euros once you get to Europe. So you don't have to worry about getting a bunch of euros and bringing them over there. And like I said, everybody pretty much takes credit card. Even the chalets and the Christmas markets, they take credit cards. So no worries there. I don't know how much to bring. It depends if you're a big spender and you like to buy a lot of stuff. Maybe bring a little bit more. If you are not a big spender and more of just kind of taking pictures, then maybe not as much. I would say food is average priced. I don't think anything was crazy. You could certainly find anything. You can find that quicker food that is a little less, or you can find some really fancy sit-down restaurants. We can help you with all of that. But what to pack? Things to pack. We'll check the weather before you go, but definitely layers. And most people brought some sort of winter coat, especially when you're in Zurich and you're going, or in Lucerne, up in the mountains. You're going to need some heavier coats there. So bring your heavy coat. I brought a couple different pairs of shoes, but tennis shoes for sure. Everything we do, you can wear casual clothes in. If you want to dress up, you may. I was just more worried about having dry feet. It never really snowed that much, so it wasn't because there was a lot of snow. But I just wanted to be comfortable walking, because there is a lot of walking on this tour. There's a lot of places to sit down, but it's a Christmas market in the city, so you have to walk around in them, and there's just no kind of way about that. What else? What questions do we have on here? Hi, Patsy. Karen Eagleson is going. She's so excited. Can't wait. Karen, any questions? You should bring a converter for your plugins. Bill and Chris, did I miss anything on here? What do you think I should cover, or did you think of any questions? If you're looking for, I know sometimes we have single travelers that want to go. You can go single, or you can ask us for a roommate. We'll try to link you up with somebody else that's asking for the same thing, but we have to know you want to go, so let us know. Any questions? Yeah, and Chris also said, we'll cover a lot of it again in October. So if you do end up getting signed up, you'll get invited to that party. If you are watching this, interested in joining us at the Christmas markets again, this is our fourth time doing this tour. We have changed it a little bit. Every year we tweak it a little bit. We want it to be fresh and new, and just work out everything we can. Hey, Pam and John. But it's spectacular. And we have many overseas tours. I think we have like 6 or 7 this year. We're well versed in our overseas trips. Take people all the time. And you're in the best hands. Bill and Chris are world travelers. They have been so many places. So they know all the ins and outs of how this works, how an Excite Tour works, how this Christmas market tour works. So you'll be in great hands. Okay, so it's 11 days, 14 meals. It's 9 technical nights because one of them you're flying home, so that's how that works. Again, November 29th through December 9th. You can find this information on our website, and you can download the brochure. You can call us with more questions in the office. That number is 402-293-9282, and you get more information there. Let's see, global entry and insurance. We do offer insurance through TravelX. It all depends on how much the trip is and how, some different demographic information about you. So we can help you with insurance if you'd like to purchase travel insurance. Global entry is a great idea if you're going to be, if you're going to travel overseas. It just speeds up the customs process significantly. You don't have to have that. We will certainly not leave you behind. But it's pretty well in advance. And a lot of times if you have a travel credit card, they will cover the fee for that. So you can check that out. And it also covers TSA PreCheck, so you can use it in the U.S. when you're flying, domestically. I have it. I've invested in it. I've even gone one step further and gotten clear. It's kind of fun. Again, it was covered by our travel card, so I wouldn't have. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would have done it unless I was a business traveler, constantly traveling every week to do clear. But basically, it's like TSA PreCheck, global entry, and then instead of you getting in that line, they basically walk you to the agent who they share your information and then you go on. So it's cool if you have if it's free with your credit card, or if you're a super big business traveler traveling every week. But so all kinds of things we'll have videos about how to do that, how to sign up for those things. You can certainly Google it. Just make sure you have a .gov website that you're getting it from, because the other ones are companies trying to make money on you, so don't do that. Some people ask, what's the age range that goes on our trips? Our overseas trips does range. I would say anywhere from 35 to 75, 80, depends on how active you are. Again, there's a little more food and wine focus on our trips. There's a little more walking. Especially with this trip, it's just the nature of the trip with the Christmas markets. But anybody is welcome if you can manage the activity level. We always have an amazing time. People are so fun. Okay, well, everybody, it is 6:30, so we get a half an hour back to you. Again, if you need anything else or have other questions, please call us in our office. We can answer anything for you. If you'd like to sign up, again, we already have 15 participants, so we're looking for just a few more if you'd like to go. It's a guaranteed departure as it is. So we're really looking forward to traveling with you all. Thank you all so much for joining, either live here on Facebook or here on Zoom, and we cannot wait to chat with you. So have a great night, everybody.